What if the greatest mathematical breakthrough of the century didn't come from a university lab, or a supercomputer, or a team of world-renowned professors? What if it came from a 9-year-old boy sitting at his kitchen table with a pencil and a napkin? A problem that had stumped PhDs for over 80 years. A riddle so complex it was considered unsolvable. Until little Ethan Carter from a small town in Georgia cracked it in one afternoon, completely unaware he'd just made history. If this hook already has you amazed, smash that like button right now, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss these incredible stories. And drop a comment below, tell me where in the world you're watching from. I read every single one and love hearing from this community. Now, let's dive into the unbelievable true story-inspired journey of Ethan Carter, the boy who became a legend before he even hit double digits. Ethan Carter was born in 2016 in the quiet town of Macon, Georgia. His mom, LaToya, was a single mother and high school math teacher. His dad had left when Ethan was a baby, but LaToya poured everything into her son. She read him books before he could walk, taught him numbers with candy jars, and turned every car ride into a counting game. By age 3, Ethan was adding 3-digit numbers in his head. By 5, he was multiplying fractions for fun. By 7, he taught himself algebra from YouTube videos while other kids watched cartoons. Teachers called him gifted. LaToya called him curious. Ethan just called it fun puzzles. He attended a regular public elementary school, nothing fancy. No private tutors. No enrichment programs. Just a bright kid who loved numbers the way other boys loved baseball. The problem that would change everything was called the Ramsey conjecture variant, a fiendishly difficult number theory puzzle first posed in 1938 by British mathematician Harold Ramsey. It asked whether a certain infinite sequence of prime numbers could ever produce a specific pattern under modular arithmetic constraints. For 85 years, the world's top mathematicians attacked it. Princeton professors spent decades on it. MIT ran supercomputer simulations for months. Fields Medal winners wrote papers declaring it likely impossible. The Clay Mathematics Institute even offered a $500,000 prize for a proof, positive or negative. No one claimed it. In the summer of 2025, Ethan was 9. His mom brought home a stack of old math journals from the university library where she took summer classes. One evening, while LaToya graded papers, Ethan flipped through them for fun. He stopped on a page describing the Ramsey conjecture variant. "Mom, this looks cool," he said. "Can I try?" LaToya smiled. "Baby, that's one of the hardest problems in math. Grown-ups with PhDs can't solve it." Ethan shrugged. "I just want to play with it." She gave him a napkin and a pencil. For the next 3 hours, he worked quietly, scribbling, crossing out, drawing patterns, muttering to himself. At 9 p.m., he slid the napkin across the table. "I think I got it." LaToya glanced over, expecting childish doodles. Instead, she saw a clean, logical proof. Step by step. Using a novel approach combining modular residues with a geometric interpretation no one had tried before. Her heart stopped. She was a good teacher, but not at research level. She emailed the scanned napkin to her former professor at Emory University, Dr. Elena Vasquez, a respected number theorist. Dr. Vasquez replied in 20 minutes, "Who wrote this?" "LaToya, my 9-year-old son." Dr. Vasquez called immediately. "Send him to me tomorrow." The next day, Ethan met Dr. Vasquez and 3 of her colleagues in her office. They gave him a whiteboard and asked him to explain his solution. He did it calmly, clearly, like explaining a video game strategy. The professors sat in stunned silence. After 2 hours of questioning, Dr. Vasquez turned to LaToya with tears in her eyes. "This is correct. Completely correct. And original. He's proven the conjecture is false, with a counterexample no one saw coming." Word spread like wildfire. Within a week, the preprint was uploaded to AR-14. Within 2 weeks, it was verified by top mathematicians at Cambridge, Tokyo, and Stanford. Within a month, the Clay Institute confirmed the proof and awarded the $500,000 prize to a 9-year-old. The media went wild. Good Morning America flew Ethan and LaToya to New York. CNN called him the boy who broke math. The BBC ran a documentary, Ethan's Napkin, the proof that changed everything. Ethan handled it with the same calm curiosity. When asked how he did it, he said, I just saw the numbers dancing in a way the grown-ups didn't. Like they were hiding in a pattern that looked like my Lego blocks. The prize money was placed in a trust. LaToya used a portion to buy a small house, their first owned home. The rest went to Ethan's education and a scholarship fund for underprivileged kids in Georgia to study STEM. Universities offered full scholarships starting whenever he was ready. Harvard, MIT, Oxford, all wanted him. But LaToya and Ethan chose something different. He stayed in public school through middle school because he wanted to play with normal kids. He took online university courses on the side. At 12, he published his second paper. At 14, he earned his bachelor's degree remotely from Georgia Tech. Today, at age 18, as of 2034, Ethan Carter is a postdoctoral researcher at Princeton, the youngest ever. He's published 12 groundbreaking papers, won the Fields Medal, the math world's Nobel, at the earliest possible age, and started the Carter Foundation, providing free math tutoring and computers to low-income schools across the American South. He still lives simply. Drives a used Honda. Wears hoodies and sneakers. Keeps that original napkin framed in his office. When asked about fame, he says, "I didn't solve it to be famous. I solved it because it was a cool puzzle. And because my mom always told me, if something's hard, that just means no one's found the fun way to look at it yet." LaToya beams with pride every time she tells the story. "I knew he was smart. But I never dreamed he'd change the world before he was 10. Mathematicians still talk about Carter's counterexample, the elegant proof that closed one of the longest open problems in number theory. Textbooks now include a section, solved in 2025 by Ethan Carter, age 9. And somewhere in Macon, Georgia, there's a framed napkin in a modest home that reminds the world. Genius doesn't care about age. It doesn't need fancy labs or big titles. Sometimes it just needs a curious kid, a pencil, and a little time to play. Ethan Carter didn't set out to make history. He was just solving a puzzle. And in doing so, he became a legend. What did you think of Ethan's story? Could you have imagined a 9-year-old doing this? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to tell me where you're watching from right now. Like, subscribe, share with someone who needs to believe in possibilities, and I'll see you in the next one.